So we got the keys here, one for the trunk, one for the ignition. This one works for the doors as well. The pins have been rebuilt on this thing. The driver's side window works. I do have the stuff to put all this back together. That will probably be fixed before we run it down to West Virginia. But firing up from a cold start, it has 114,000 miles. Well, 111, but oil pressure's good. As you can hear, it idles high. Tachometer is broken, but I do have a separate gauge cluster that will work for this. Right now full of fuel. Battery gauge is working good. So that's apocryphal, or that's useless just because you don't need a tachometer on this thing. It's, you know, you got the 4-speed. Hold on. My kids named this thing the Unicorn and Rarity, so we have, you know, that sort of thing. But, you know, 4-speed hydromatic overdrive. So what you usually do is let this thing run about 10 minutes. There's no check engine lights, anything like that. And I do, again, have all of the interior pieces, including the switch and stuff that goes there to have it work. Ceiling liner is surprisingly intact there. So, but once you let it run like about 5 minutes or so at high idle, once you turn it off, which we're just gonna let it run for now, but once you turn it off, it will settle down into a low idle. Dashboard is, again, have pieces to put in it, but there are areas of sun warp. No cracks, but, you know, definitely warped, and I'm not entirely sure how to fix that. It's, you know, got some pitting. You know, this car was actually pulled out of the woods of North Carolina and been slowly worked on by myself over the last 2 years in Pennsylvania. And this is actually a much better way that it runs. I'm gonna open up the hood. Whoa. 1 second. Good way to open up the hood to the full 90 degrees, but 3.8 red dot, which does run, and if you wait 2 seconds, and there you go, there's the kick down. So now we're at good idle. .8 red dot V6, 150 horsepower, 200 foot-pounds of torque at 2,000 RPM. I have a new exhaust system for it. Has misfire because I haven't done a tune-up yet, but runs like a bastard. I'll have shit, you know, fixed up before we trade, but that's what I got to offer you. Thanks for your time, man.